What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, November 29th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 9-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Malcolm Brogdon from the Indiana Pacers playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have the 10th worst defense overall. They've been pretty good versus opposing point guards, but Malcolm Brogdon has averaged 40.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 35 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He's projected at 38.5 fantasy points here tonight, and that's 5.2 times value. He's $7,400 DraftKings salary, $200 less on FanDuel, and Malcolm Brogdon has scored 23, 38, and 45 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 33, 35, and 46 minutes. So I think he has a big bounce back game here tonight, coming off of that 23 fantasy point game. So I like Malcolm Brogdon here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Luguentz Dort from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Houston Rockets, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Luguentz Dort has averaged 28 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. He's projected at 28.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. Now his salary has come up a little bit, but he's still a decent salary, still pretty low priced. He's $5,400 DraftKings salary and $200 more on FanDuel. Luguentz Dort has scored 32, 39, and 23 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 35, 36, and 30 minutes. And he scored 51, 21, and 36 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Rockets. So I like Luguentz Dort here versus the Houston Rockets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Kelly Oubre Jr. from the Charlotte Hornets playing the Chicago Bulls, who have a good defense overall. They've been middle of the pack defending opposing small forwards. Kelly Oubre Jr. has averaged 24.3 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 27 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. He's projected at 25.5 fantasy points here tonight, but I think he can score 30 fantasy points or more in this one, get you over 5 times value. He's $5,300 DraftKings salary and the same price on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 225.5 points scored in this game, so a high-scoring game, and Kelly Oubre Jr. has scored 39, 34, and 30 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 35, 26, and 34 minutes. And on top of that, he scored 35, 28, and 29 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Bulls. So I like Kelly Oubre Jr. here versus the Chicago Bulls. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Lauri Markkanen from the Cleveland Cavaliers playing the Dallas Mavericks, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing power forwards. Lauri Markkanen has averaged 28.5 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 31 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. He's projected at 29.4 fantasy points here tonight, and that's 5.3 times value. He's 5,600 DraftKings salary, 700 more on FanDuel, and Lauri Markkanen has scored 28, 32, and 37 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 32, 35, and 30 minutes. So I like Lauri Markkanen, who scored 48 and 41 fantasy points in his last 2 games here versus the Dallas Mavericks.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Jacob Poeltl from the San Antonio Spurs playing the Washington Wizards, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Jacob Poeltl has averaged 30.3 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 29 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. He's projected at 29.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 5,700 DraftKings salary, 100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 214.5 points scored in this game, and Jacob Poeltl has scored 29, 32, and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 34, 29, and 31 minutes. So I like Jacob Poeltl here versus the Washington Wizards.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.